This is it, the final part of my full 6-star Arknights tier list. We've already covered the wild picks, the weird picks, and now it's time to talk about the operators that carry runs and define squads. Today, we're going over defenders, guards, and vanguards, the units that set the tone for every mission, and in some cases, are just totally cracked. I've used every 6-star in the game, and these rankings come straight from actual experience, not hype, not theorycraft, just results. Now, obviously, since this is going to be my own take, a little bit about my playstyle is I don't really care to use anything that's 5-star or below, aside of like Myrtle. But since SilverAsh came out, I haven't really been using her that often. Also, I really value being able to AFK with characters and not necessarily having to continually click on their skill usages or turn around and like constantly spam specialists like Texas Alter or Yato Alter. That doesn't take away from their strength, that's just my personal playstyle. And of course, with new units coming out, my playstyle typically tends to change, especially depending on if that 6-star is very good or not. So let me go ahead and set the stage for how I'm going to be tiering these characters off. For S tier, these are going to be characters that you can slot on any team, and these are typically going to be my go-to units. When I'm starting a new map, these are typically the ones that I say I'm going to put these first, and then I'll think about the map later. For my A tier units, these are going to be powerful options that I feel like if I don't want to use this S tier, or if I want to have a little bit of fun, or maybe you're missing these S tier units, I feel like they can definitely get the job done for you. For B tier units, these are going to be the ones where I definitely just want to have fun, the map doesn't matter, it's going to be a super easy map. These are going to be the ones that I would put in this tier. For C tier characters, these are going to be the units that you'll see I have not leveled for very specific reasons, or they just don't fit my playstyle. And for D tier characters, these are going to be the ones that just aren't worth my time. I have friends who've also leveled a bunch of different characters that I haven't leveled, so I've been able to use their supports, and even they don't level these characters. They have no use for them. And so that's where my final D tier is going to be placed. When it comes to tanks, I'm looking for insane utility or insane defense. Either one. Horn, I gotta give you an A for this. You can launch your skill 1, and this is what I mainly use her for, set and forget. You place her down, let her skill 1 hit somebody, and then she reveals that area. Amazing. And you can block 3 as well. Amazing. Yeah, A. You're not a go-to defender, but you are a go-to revealer, and that's what I use you for. Hoshi, man, this feels like it's cheating because she has a mod that can give her 4 block. That's the only reason why I use her. If I need someone who can damage reflect, I got Hoshi. If I need someone to block 4, or if there's like a negative effect from the stage where it's like you lose 1 block count and then you turn around and have a 3 block enemy, I got Hoshi, right? Those are the 2 main reasons why I use her. She's got A tier written for me, but she's definitely not a go-to. She's definitely not someone that I think about often. Jessica Alter, overhyped on release. The one thing I will say is it's super cool that she's one of, if not the only, unit who can place this direction and then you can turn the direction. That's the only unit that I know that can do this. I think that's a very unique, and I'd love to see more units play around with that capability. However, I just don't see why I would want her. Like, oh, I can have a defender that deals damage. Okay, I can just bring along every other damage dealer who's going to out damage her. Oh, well, I can have someone who's kind of tanky. I have way more people who can be way tankier than her. Personally, she's not even really there for me. She's not doing it for me. I put her in a C tier. I don't regret building her, but I definitely built her because of the hype. I've not really used her since. Mudrock is an automatic S tier. There were enemies put into this game to counter her. One of the characters to specifically be countered was Mudrock. You can't tell me that that's not S tier. I'm not even finna say more. That is an automatic S tier. Neon, when she first came out, was super cool. I loved the design, but she wasn't really like Omega crazy. And then as time went on and I started using her skill 3 to give more characters defense and more block count, and her skill 2 to, when she gets attacked, she can silence them. Honestly, I really think this is kind of underrated, and I really like Neon. So at least for right now, she's like a middle of the pack A tier for me. She's not a character that I go after immediately. She is one of the characters I will put in for the 4 Sui buff. So if you want to say that she has to be there, that's fine. But I do think she holds her own weight. La Penos! La Penos! If you know, you know! La Penos! But let me tell you, when you came out, were so hyped up, and you were so cool, and you were so awesome, and then you just stopped, and I don't know what happened, and I just haven't used you. And I think one of the issues is that in order for her to get her skill to be used, she has to be attacked. The problem is, if you do a bunch of small attacks, I can use your skill more often. If you do a couple massive damage dealing attacks on me and you could kill me in 4 hits, I won't even get to use my skill. And so I think that that really takes away from her value for me, and for that reason I gotta put her at like a C tier. Like, you don't fit my playstyle, you're not what I'm looking for, you're not what I need right now, but I don't regret leveling you because you are a fun character. Saria, oh my god, what a throwback OG classic. She's one of the characters that I gotta pay respects to. Whenever I need Saria, she was always there for me. She is probably one of the strongest like defenders over, like all around defenders that I would recommend to people. Easily A tier, no doubt in my mind. I would argue S tier, but because of a different character, she has kind of lost value. But Saria is still easily an A tier character. Speaking of the reason why Saria lost value, Shu. Let me introduce you to the person that says, oh, you're not allowed to leave this area because you stepped onto my rice fields and you gonna have to pay for that. And I'm gonna heal people over time. She kind of has the same ability as Scotty, Alter, in the sense of people who can't be healed like Penance. If they get damaged and then you put that little rice field underneath her, she's gonna get that overtime healing. So Shu, easily S tier character. Love her to death. Fantastic heals, strong heals, the ability to crowd control people. When she first came out, I thought she was overhyped. When I learned how to use her ability, I understood the hype, and it was very on the mark. Amazing unit. And she's part of the Suis, and is one of the reasons why I need the 4 Sui buff. Blemish Shine, as much as I wanted to love this character, I just never got around to her. Being able to put someone to sleep in theory was cool, and then I could use Errata, which is a 5-star, to attack sleeping people, and you could kind of deal damage to sleeping people as well. It all sounds cool, but your damage is lackluster, your defense is lackluster, and then you're just not someone that, when I look for a defender, you're not who I'm thinking of. You gotta be C tier. Honestly, you could be D tier. You're not someone that I leveled. I never felt like I needed you. We can just move on from you. You necked it. Ooh, you neck thighs. Hey, low-key the same reason as Blemish Shine. Like, you're just kind of awkward to use. You're a 1-block tank. Yeah, I get it. You have your niches, but I've never needed you for your niche. So easily C or D tier for me. When we come to guards, we've got the rest of our damage capabilities here. Blaze, I really think for a while you were an A tier, but I think as time has progressed, you've kind of dropped to a B tier for me. That's kind of where I'm going to put her at. Solid set and forget, but even then, I got other people I'd rather use. Chongyue, this is my main man. I love this dude. He is awesome to use. Once you use his ability 5 times, he then can hit in a cross, and he just attacks it on his own. And then having the 4 Sui buff, him being the 4th one, it's just so nice to just have him there, and he's just got that massive damage for me. Personally speaking, from my playstyle, this dude is an S. I love him. I absolutely love him. Is he the strongest? No. Is he, able to hit air as well? No. Does he do arts? No. Does he do this, that, and the third? He probably doesn't. But he fits what I want to do so well that he is an S tier for me. Degen Breacher, I mean, look, let's be real. When you came out, you were omega hyped. And then when I saw you do your damage, you were still hyped. The problem is, I haven't really needed a reason to use you. And with so many other damage dealers, you're kind of one of the characters that's like, you're like a third pick, fourth pick option. So like you're around that low A to high B. Like I'd have to use a bunch of other characters and they fail before I get to you. So yeah, low A, high B. Executor is a character that I wanted to love. I wanted to have fun with. And sometimes he works for me and sometimes he doesn't. And it's such a back and forth relationship. I just got to put this dude at A. Like, he's strong, he's decent. But man, sometimes you just be pissing me off. Honestly, I put him at B. I take that back. I put him at B. Gavial had a couple events in a row. Excuse me, Gavial Alter had a couple events in a row where she just popped off for me. And then after that, I just forgot about her. For that reason, I'm gonna just put you at B. Hella girl, more like hella no. This dude, I tried so hard to make work and he just couldn't. I was like, okay, maybe it's the skill 3. That wasn't the move. Skill 1 was the move. Then his mod came out. I got the mod 3. And then it just still felt like he wasn't able to do what he was meant to do. Dude is super cool. I love the idea of what he does, but he's got to be C tier. I leveled you. You just not doing it for me, man. You're just not doing it for me. Hoderer. I mean, this dude, I got all of his skills leveled. I want to try to make him useful. It's still very difficult. I honestly think, at least for right now, I would have rather not leveled him. But it's just one of those things where hopefully in the future I can be proven wrong. I don't think he had a lot of hype around him. I think he's like C tier at best for me. It's one of those things where it's like, right now, I don't see how you're fitting in my playstyle, and it is what it is. Muenar is one of the characters who is part of the Swing Club. This dude got massive damage. When he came out, everybody was swinging. We were swing, swing, swing. And this dude, I gotta put some respect on him. The only issue is that you can't attack anymore after your ability is gone. And that kind of starts losing value when we got people like Walter. When we got upcoming characters for the future, you kind of losing a little bit of it, but you definitely are a secondary that I do go after. So you will be given A for me. Mountain, as much smack talk that I gave to this man, I do find myself using Mountain as one of my early place down units because of his skill 2 being able to heal himself and he can block 2. Just for as much as I have used him, I gotta give him an S tier. Northern Radiant Knight, honestly, the fact that you can be placed down, deal massive amounts of damage with your skill 2 and be placed down for free already is like incredible. And then you got true damage on your skill 3. I want to give you S tier. Yeah, honestly, I gotta give you S tier. Your skill 2 alone is too strong. That's S tier. Palace, you're B tier. The only reason is because by yourself, you're not incredible. When you're buffing up other people, you are better. But you are a more for fun character, or I'm going to use you to build somebody else up. B tier character. Pepe, I feel like was omega overhyped. Especially like, hey, there was a lot of love for the artist, and I'm not hating on the artist. The actual character itself, I don't really find myself ever really using her, and I have her at P6. It's one of those things where I didn't want her at P6, it just kind of happened. She wanted me to have her at P6, you see what I'm saying? I do respect Pepe. I think she's a solid character. I don't think she would ever be one of the first characters I'm like going after. She's not a second character. I think it's more of, this is a for fun character. I'm going to deliberately use her. I put her in B tier. SilverAsh, one of the early goats of the century, especially for my account, and he carried for such a long time. This dude also has the ability to reveal stealth whenever they're in his attack range. His attack range expands on skill 3. Very solid. He can heal himself with his skill 2. Very solid. I gotta give this dude a S tier. I know this dude has been here since the beginning of time, but For what I need done, he still provides, and he's still strong at it. Dude's got to be S tier for me. Scotty is one of the characters that in the beginning probably was good, but I was too stacked and I didn't really use her. And then we got Abyssal Hunter stuff, and I still don't play with the Abyssal Hunter stuff. I think she is a good character, but she's got to be C tier for me, just in the fact of I don't use her. My playstyle's not around her, how she functions. And while I do have the utmost respect for her, hey, you got to be C tier for me. Sorry, bud. S tier. It's in her name. Surtr. S tier. Come on. The character, when she first came out, was hyped, but dude, when she came out, I already had every medic ready for her, and I was ready to juice. And let me tell you, whatever that Tallulah stage is where she goes in all the circle, and then she comes out through the middle, and she's throwing fire at you. Yeah, that stage was a joke because of all my medics and this one character. It was so much fun. It was super cool. I absolutely love this character. She also had an enemy made to counter her specifically, along with Mudrock. So you can't tell me that this isn't an S tier character, because it is. I'll fight that, taking that to my grave. I didn't even know she had a mod, and I gotta build that now. Awesome. Thorns, I feel like, is a very tough position for me, because for the longest time he had always been on my team, and then he stopped being on my team. He's got solid lane holding capabilities. He can heal himself when he's not attacking someone. He's got poison on him, and he can help do damage. With the introduction of his mod, I think he does even more damage, but I think he is a secondary pick for me more than he is a first pick, and so for that reason I gotta put him at A tier. Don't be fooled. Like, he can easily be an S tier character, especially for accounts that don't have all the 6 stars, or like as many 6 stars as other people do. This dude is so strong. Let me tell you something, Palace, I'm using you to buff up Siege Altar. I don't care. First off, she's got lions, already sold. Secondly, she's got blue and gold. Blue, my favorite color, already sold. Third, she got true damage, incredible. Fourth, she can like hit a little bit of range on it, incredible. And then on top of that, dude, she is just so strong, okay? And then when you put more people in the 8 surrounding tiles around her, she gets even more damage. And then if you use her lions on her skill 3, she can attack whatever her lions are attacking. I'm telling you, this character is just so good. It is the easiest S tier that I've ever seen. Oh, and I'm pretty sure her skill 3 does true damage, if I didn't already say that. Zhuo. I don't even know if I said homie's name right, but let me tell you, this is what I wish Helliger was, because his juice is not in his skill 3, because that's where I thought it was. His juice is in his skill 2. He takes away his health, but he attacks faster at low health, but he gets a shield. And then guess what? The lower health he has, the faster his ability comes back up. So guess what? Now he's just spamming at like 2 health. He's attacking super quick, and he's got this Omega shield on him. This is everything that I wish Helliger was, but he's not a first option pick. He's definitely a strong role player. I give him an A tier. Chen, while she was a super solid early pick for like OG players, I don't think she's aged well at all. She is a solid pick, but she is more like for fun these days, and for that reason she's B tier. Irene, oh man, mine's at E2 level 1 for a reason, and that's for her base skill. I don't really look to use her for her actual ability, but her ability is strong. But again, I use you more for the base than I do like actual damage. I could see you anywhere like low B, high C. Like, you just don't fit what I'm looking for, but you are a fun unit whenever I do use you. Kubai is one of these characters, I don't feel like she fits my playstyle. She's got to be C. She's okay at what she does. I just feel like I can get more damage somewhere else. I can get more utility somewhere else. You just got to be C tier. I'll be honest, I have seen and I have heard some interesting tanking and damage capabilities from you, especially when you have your Abyssal Hunter buffs going, but on your own you really weren't that impactful to me. So honestly, I'm gonna have to put you at like a C tier. Like, it just kind of is what it is. You'll be all right. Lessing, I don't even know who you are. I don't know why you got why are you a 6-star character? I'm pretty sure you were free, that's why you're P6. Leave you in the D tier and we can keep it moving. Viviana, I have heard mixed results about. Some people like her, a lot of people are just kind of meh about her. I'm definitely one of the ones that are meh about her. That's D tier. I have had no reason to use you. I've not seen a reason to use you. Next. And finally, for our last category of characters, we have our Vanguards. Bagpipe, when you first came out, you were super cool. You were super strong. You were super good. And then you just started being a passive character for me. So that way my other Vanguards could juice up a little bit faster. And then I just stopped using you overall. And honestly, like, your passive is still good, but you're just a B tier for me. Like, and honestly, you're really only a character that I would use as a support just so I can have my own squad of characters and then just use you as a support for your actual passive. I don't really care too much about you anymore. And so for that reason, like, you around that B area for me. B for Bagpipe, B on my tier list. Flametail, I wanted to use as a substitute for the 5-star Texas Vanguard. And while you definitely filled that role, because of other Vanguards coming out, I kind of don't need you anymore, and you're going to be in the B tier. Enos, easily an S tier character. This is my go-to character. This is my go-to Vanguard whenever I start making a team. It's this character and one other. Her ability to be picked up and placed down very quickly is something that I don't sleep on, and her ability to reveal stealth enemies is super strong. And just being able to, you know, every time you're attacking someone, you just get one full DP. That's super strong in my opinion as well. Honestly, S tier character, I don't need to say more. Mumu, oh my god. Let me tell you, this is probably, if I could ever have an overhyped tier list of characters, Mumu would have to be top 3. Because everybody and their grandma was like, oh my god, Mumu's coming out, Mumu's so strong, Mumu's so good, blah 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 blah. I used her for like 1.5 events and I've never looked at her ever again. She's a beautifully designed character. Her skills are very unique. I just don't know if I would have put them on a Vanguard. And so, I mean, honestly, you're like C tier for me. You don't fit my playstyle. You're not anything like what I'm looking for, but you are fun when I choose to use you. But I've never been like, oh, let me just use Mumu for fun. I've never had that like thought, and so you just got to be C tier. Saga, oh my god, this was another overhyped Vanguard, dude. Oh my god, this was so overhyped, and I bought into that hype so hard. I was so hyped when I got Saga. I was like, yeah, we're gonna have this new Vanguard, it's gonna be so cool. Yeah, I stopped using her pretty quickly. Easily C tier. Oh hey, by the way, the other S tier Vanguard, SilverAsh, is basically the 6-star Myrtle. The only difference is that I'm pretty sure Myrtle can heal Vanguards over time, SilverAsh can't, but it doesn't really matter to me because when I place her down, her passive says the next character I put down is -2 cost, and that's pretty strong for me. So easily the other Vanguard that I put on my team when I'm making a team for any map is Enos and SilverAsh. Both of these are S tier. Siege, as much as I love your altar version, even in the beginning, it's not like you were anyone who was like super strong or super crazy. I just think there were better Vanguards than her. And when she would do damage, there's other damage dealers who could outdamage her. You know, there are people who can build DP much faster than her. And for that, honestly, and it does suck because I love her altar version so much, but she's got to be C tier. I'm not even going to talk about this guy. This guy's a D tier. This was a free character, and that's all you need to know. D tier. Next. Vulpes is one character that I don't have any comments on. I've seen her used, and she's not a character that I feel is pushing the limits or boundaries of anything in particular, but at the same time, I just don't have any like comments about her. You're just a Vanguard. You're not Enos level, you're not SilverAsh level, but you're not whoever the last person I just showed was. I don't even remember that. Is his name Vigil? Yeah, you're not Vigil. I didn't even remember that dude's name, okay? But you're not that bad, okay? So like, you could be like a high D tier. You just have no reason for me to level you. And that wraps up my full 6-star tier list, defenders, guards, and vanguards included. If you watched all 3 parts, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. If you haven't seen parts 1 or 2, they are linked down in the description below. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.